Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the SanDisk Extreme 2TB portable SSD. Now, I picked this up over the holiday shopping period, Black Friday. It was roughly $200 US, and right now it's retailing for around $250. So not a tremendous drop in price, but if you follow products like this, if you were after a 2TB portable SSD, an NVMe in this case, this is pretty much the lowest it's ever been in terms of retail. I know the Samsung T5 was down to $250, but for the negligible performance difference, yes, the T5 is a little bit faster, I felt this was well worth the savings. And that's because, quite frankly, these products should be lower in price than they are. But shortages on the NVMEs, or I should say a tighter market, has made for pricing to remain relatively stiff. And well, now I finally have one of these. And 2TB bare drives did drop below $200 US, so that was tempting, especially since I do have enclosures that I'm presently, or an enclosure that I'm presently reviewing from Sabrent. But let's go ahead and get this out. So as you already know, SanDisk, a good reputation, that's not at all in question. And that's part of the reason this is an attractive drive. I mean, there are other options. The T5 from Sammy is a very good one, but there really aren't a whole lot of others. In fact, the only other one that I would consider is Sabrent's Nano SSD. So there we have the drive, very small, compact, not as small as the Nano from Sabrent, of course. This is a completely different look and feel, a little bit more, how can I put it? It's trying to go for a ruggedized look and feel, rubber texture on the back. It's a little more grippy, but not metal like the Sabrent or the T5. Still a nice drive, and again, at 2TB, really tough to beat this even at its current price, but we absolutely will see this go down in price, and that is why I'm covering it, in spite of the fact that I did pick it up for myself, because 2TB in this form factor with, again, they're rating it at up to 550 on the read side. It's close to that as well on the write side. That's pretty good. Now, that doesn't, I don't think it's going to be as fast as the Sabrent Nano 1TB that I just got for review. And also you see the size difference. And the Sabrent is built well. This is, I believe, an aluminum drive, so much smaller than the SanDisk. And then if I bring the T5 into picture, this is just a 0.5 TB, a 500 gig T5. You start to see what this lineup looks like. And I've had other Samsung portable SSDs in the past, predating the T5, because quite frankly, they were the best on the market. But SanDisk was always hanging around trying to keep up with Samsung. I think now, with this price point, they do better than keep up, even though this isn't a new product. I would like to see a refresh, but at this price, I'm happy with the existing model, or at least I hope to be. Now, the Sabrent, it's kind of in that sweet spot, because this has been as low as $100 US. Right now, it's a little under 150, and that's 1TB. You can go up to 2TB. Wish they'd sent me that one. They didn't. But that likely will be my next purchase in this lineup, because for its size and performance, the Sabrent drive is really tough to beat. I mean, it is just so small, and yet, you know, speed is not an issue. And I do believe, at least from my experience, that this is going to be the superior product to the SanDisk. Of course, the SanDisk has twice the space and is less expensive than Sabrent. Even though Sabrent traditionally is a value brand, this has been out long enough that it's now even become a value. And I think the design with the little hook is good. You know, if you want to actually attach it to a bag, keychain, whatever it may be, a little large for a keychain, but still nice. They all have their own different design cues. SanDisk, of course, part of Western Digital, $19 billion acquisition back in 2016, which wasn't a bad thing. I mean, they were already a good company. Western Digital bringing their reputation, I think, is inherently, well, it only is a good thing as well. Also, one thing I like about the SanDisk in terms of the styling cue, nothing wrong with that orange. You know, I'm an alpha guy with all of my Sony camera products, so this does match that well, but that's just liking the color scheme. What else can I say? So excited to get this. And the only other thing in here, if you were curious, is of course your transfer cable. So they give you a Type-C to Type-C, and then in between it, an adapter for Type-A, for those of you that don't have access to Type-C. or rather don't have a computer or a device that supports it. Of course, I do, so I won't really need the Type A, but it's good that they include it. And of course, the shorter the run the cable, the higher the throughput. You don't really want to get long cables for high-speed drives like any of these, which are all Type-C driven, by the way. So excited to finally have 2 terabytes on board. This will be great for me for travel. Put these together. You know, I have 3.5 terabytes. Don't really need the T5. I feel like that's going to stay at home, or I might be giving that to someone. And really, 3 terabytes in this form factor is just bonkers. High-speed storage. Again, this is about the SanDisk, but you better believe I will be doing a direct comparison of these two because they're fresh in, and already the Sabrent performance is fantastic when connected to a Thunderbolt port at least. So I'm going to see how the SanDisk matches up. Again, I don't expect as much speed. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them at that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.